Michael, welcome. How's your first fight week as a UFC fighter? How's it been, the experience and everything?
Yeah, there's a it's been amazing, man. Just getting to know the team. Team over here is just so organized, so on point, so welcoming, so hospitable, so helpful. It's good to. It really just feel like I've just been signed to a new football team and just getting all the facilities. Everything is just done at top tier level, so professional. So yeah, I'm excited, man. I'm happy to be here.
Has that brought any extra nerves? I mean, you're such a veteran that you've been around for so long and have experienced so much, but it is something new, right?
Yeah, it's a new experience, but I embrace new experiences. I always say I love being a student and learning new things, and so that's how I feel. It just feels like I'm just experiencing new things. I'm just soaking it all in, and come Saturday I get to release all that energy.
And you've talked about how being in the UFC was a dream of yours for quite some time. So I'm sure that you daydreamed a lot of one day transitioning and joining the UFC. When you who did you envision yourself fighting? Is Kevin Holland the guy that was on your radar and somebody you wanted to fight?
Nah, not really. As in, like, at that point, it was just a case of just being here. You know, when you're visualizing it, when you're visualizing being in the cage, it's more just me, the crowd, what I'm doing, my finishes and how my entrances and all that kind of stuff. The opponent doesn't mean anything because all I'm trying to do is manifest all the good points of it, and whoever get kicked in the face on the way, it doesn't matter.
And what are your goals joining this promotion? Is it the belt? Is it just having fun, super fights? What is your goal now that you're in the UFC?
I don't do things just to make up numbers. So we're here for the belt. I'm here to get the bling. So getting to the top is key, which is why I start with somebody or the likes of Kevin Holland. It needs to be that type of challenge. There's no point. I don't have time to be trying to build myself up, and I don't need to. And that was a conversation I had, with the UFC. They were, equally in agreement of that, and I think they've shown their intentions by giving me Kevin Holland first.
Lastly, what does the path to the title look like for you?
A big, entertaining knockout, and maybe another spectacular knockout, and then the belt.
Michael, Kevin's known as a bit of a showman, as are you. In a way, is this sort of the perfect starting platform for you, right? If you go in there and he talks a bit of shit to you and you can talk some shit back, get the knockout, that propels you in a way that, like, Michael Chandler got propelled by Dan Hooker. Are you sort of looking at this like that?
Yeah, I keep telling everybody I feel like we're going to have the first live in-cage podcast of me and him talking. But, yeah, no, it's such a great fight, I think, for so many different reasons. He loves to strike, I love to strike, his entertainment, in fact, he loves to talk, I love to kick people in the face. It just works.
He does like to strike, and we've seen him make some deals in the past about staying on the feet and cutting out the grappling. Do you kind of feel like he might make that deal with you or no?
He is definitely not going to make that deal. I think he's had a taste of that style already. And I don't think he's going to want to use as many of his attributes as possible to make sure he wins this fight.
In a way, though, if he does do that to you and you get to stop that and still get the victory, that shows the UFC fans that, hey, like, I'm not just this flashy guy getting strikes. I can do MMA.
No, of course. And but the thing is, for me, I don't, and I've never cared to prove anything to anybody. I know what I do. I have to do it in training every single day. And the fact that people think I go to an MMA gym and only train kickboxing is wild to me, considering I'm doing MMA. So yeah, like, I'm where I'm so superior in my striking. It does feel like everything else is miles behind, but it's slowly catching up.
Last one for me, for the people who might not know, how big would you versus Leon Edwards, English versus English, be for the world title?
Stadium type big. This is what I mean, and it's just so good for the UK. It's so good for inspiring more talented fighters in future coming from that side of the world. I'm just going to keep manifesting. I'm going to keep putting it out there, and we're going to make it happen.
Right here, next to you. Kind of going off of that, I know a lot of people want to see you in the UFC before, but given the state of UK MMA now with Tom and Patty and Molly and now you and Leon, is now the perfect time to kind of join the UFC, considering like that part of the world is seemingly never been better?
Yeah, 100%. And this is why I say I think things just happen for a reason. I'm a big believer, and everything happens for a reason. And everyone's like, oh, I felt like you should have been here years before and this and that. No. It happens for a reason. And as you say, look at the state of the UK MMA now. It's just a perfect time to add an explosive, exciting, very good-looking guy.